Hey, how's it going everyone? What is up? And welcome to my bonus flash bonus video. That was more difficult than you would think to say. Anyways, in this episode, as the title tells, we're going to be talking about Hunter Zolomon and the two people that I really think he could turn out to be on the show. So yeah, let's get into it. So, to start out, the first person I think that Hunter Zolomon could turn out to be, or the character could turn into like a Hunter Zolomon-esque character, Singh. The Captain Singh? Yeah, Captain Singh. He secretly liked Barry. All bark and no bite. He screams a lot, but he secretly speaks high of people and he likes them. I've never understood people like that, but kind of makes sense. So the second thing to go for Singh is he lost his legs due to a supervillain attack, and he heroically saved Joe in doing that. Now, it's not really confirmed that he lost his legs. It was just said in the last episode he may never walk again. So that's like an automatic setup for, wheelchair bound. He's probably going to be wheelchair bound, and that is a big thing to go for Hunter Zolomon, because Hunter Zolomon was wheelchair bound after an attack by a supervillain, which was Grog. In this case, it would be Weather Wizard, which is cool. And the last thing for Singh is he was a shining police officer, so shining that he was the captain. So in the comics, Hunter Zolomon was like this really big police officer, detective, whatever you want to call him. I've forgot. But yeah, he was like this really big shot. And yeah, he had a lot to be proud of. He was very egotistical, I believe. But yeah, that goes hand in hand with Captain Singh, I would assume. Since he's the captain, I guess. That's a horrible point, but it's still a point. So as you can tell, this one's a little bit less likely. The only thing that started, like, people saying Singh could be Hunter Zolomon is him possibly losing his legs. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to the second one, who's a little bit more likely, if I can speak words. So our second character that could be Hunter Zolomon, of course, is Eddie Thawne. He is the Pretty Boy Golden Detective. Hey, he's already in the running. He is pretty egotistical, I would assume, or it seems like it, just from the Iris stuff. But segueing into that, he will go crazy due to the Iris choosing Barry over him, as seen in the Sizzle trailer where he shoots two cops, all calm. Now, while we don't know the reasoning for that, and it could be a completely logical and rational reason, it didn't look rational. And especially him punching Barry in the next episode's promo didn't look rational either. It's probably going to be due to Iris and how Barry's going to pursue her with the knowledge of, last episode. Even though it was just a dick tease, he still has that knowledge. So we can see him use it, and it's going to drive Eddie crazy. So on to our next point. He and Barry have the perfect relationship, close to Wally and Hunter's. Friends, but ultimately jealous. So in the comics with Wally and Hunter, everyone knew that Wally was the Flash. So Hunter was ultimately jealous, that he couldn't do that stuff. So yeah, he's ultimately jealous. Eddie is jealous over Barry and Iris's relationship. Hunter was jealous over Wally and his super speed. So it really goes hand in hand with that. And I wrote these points, but I didn't really think about them, and it just sounds so likely talking about them. So on to our next point. Eddie is the distant relative of Eobard Thawne. So maybe the evil starts with Eddie. If you guys didn't know, the Thawne Allen family have a very big rivalry, starting all the way back with Malcolm and Barry, I think. I don't know where it starts. It's that timey-wimey thing. If it starts at the beginning, that's with Malcolm and Barry. So maybe the evil starts with Eddie. Just because, him going crazy, shooting two police officers, becoming Hunter Zolomon. Maybe it's the tradition of handing down the Reverse Flash title, or Zoom title. So he hands it down from freaking himself to Eobard. Even Eobard's centuries in the future, and eventually Inertia. So maybe it starts with Eddie, like the evilness. And on to our last point for Eddie. In being jealous of Barry, he could find out some way that Barry is the Flash. Now this isn't a long shot at all. In being jealous of Iris and Barry's relationship, he could snoop around with Barry and somehow find out that Barry's the Flash. And if he was to somehow lose his legs or something like that, he could ask Barry to go back in time, and then he could use the cosmic treadmill that they have at Star Labs, and boom. But yeah, this is definitely possible. I actually foresee this happening in the next, 10 episodes, even though there's not 10 episodes left in the season, just sometime late this season, early next season. So yeah, that would be pretty cool to see. I just imagine the Flash, Barry running to an alley to change, and Eddie just peeking his head around the corner, and Barry just changes into the Flash suit, and thus he finds out. I can just see, in the next episode, or not the next episode, but a few episodes down the road, because there were just pictures leaked of filming. I actually posted one of those pictures on Twitter of the Flash and Reverse Flash dancing in their suits. But yeah, Reverse Flash captures Eddie and Iris in one of the upcoming episodes, as I said. I do think that could push him over the limit also. Like Eobard tells Eddie, he's the great-great-great-great-grandson of him. And just seeing all that evil that probably started with him, plus the Iris thing, that could definitely push someone over the line of sanity into insanity. Ultimately, though, I think Eddie is definitely set up to be Malcolm Thawne or Cobalt Blue. Cobalt Blue. If anyone watches Dragon Ball Z, if you have artistic skills, if you could draw up Cobalt Blue in Boo form, I would pay money to see that. Anyways, if you guys don't know who Cobalt Blue is, he is the long lost evil twin brother of Barry, and he's, like I said, evil, and he messes with Barry and stuff. I don't know the whole story on Cobalt Blue. I'm probably gonna read the comics that he was in just to have more knowledge on this. But yeah, as much as I want to see Eddie become Hunter Zolomon or Zoom, I think his story is definitely heading for Malcolm. Becoming Malcolm. As far as Scene goes, he doesn't have a close enough relationship with Barry, and there wouldn't be any rational way of justifying a reason for him to find out that Barry is the Flash. Or maybe he already knows, puts 2 and 2 together like any detective should. The guy got struck by lightning, and then all of a sudden there's this lightning streak running around the city. I mean, that's 2 plus 2. Maybe he knows and just doesn't say it. Doesn't say anything. I cannot speak. And while we don't know a lot about Scene, I wouldn't think he would have a similar backstory of Zolomon. Of all that tragedy Zolomon had, him making a bad call and his father figure getting killed and his partner, and just stuff like that. But then again, neither does Eddie. And he's a very possible choice still, so I don't know, maybe we'll find out more about Scene. Overall, though, I'm stumped. We will definitely see a second Reverse Flash in the future, but who it will be, I have no idea. It seems like they're setting Scene up for it, but like I said, he doesn't really have the relationship that he and Barry, needs for him to be Zoom. And Eddie, as much as it looks like they're setting him up for the Zolomon thing, I definitely think he's going to be Malcolm Thawne. In the episode where Wells and Eobard captures him and Iris, his story could come to pass when we find out whether he's destined to be Zoom or Cobalt Blue. Because, of course, Professor Zoom, Eobard, Wells knows the future. And he very well could say your real name is Malcolm Thawne. But I don't know. But all in all, I really don't think we're going to get a huge announcement or big progression on a second RF, Zoom, or even Cobalt Blue this season. Because you don't want the Spider-Man 3 of TV shows with all that crowded shit of supervillains. But yeah, anyways, I want to go ahead and thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this long video. I think it's over 10 minutes. I don't really know because I still have to do editing and I fucked up a lot. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Tune in for my Arrow bonus video tomorrow around this time. And I will see you guys on the next one, which is that one. Peace, I'm confusing myself.